Hello and welcome back to Sakura Angels. Is that all you've got? This is going to be far easier than I imagined. Oh, this is so much fun! And here I thought this boy's little guardians might actually be a threat. Silly me. Shut up! This isn't over yet. She twirls her side with ease and swipes at the pair, with the same maniacal expression. Each strike is either just barely dodged by the girls, or just about deflected by Hikari's desperate counterattacks. This is a completely one-sided fight. If that wasn't already clear from the moment this girl made her first move. She's able to take both of them on with no problem, blocking whatever attack Hikari might be able to muster in her position, and chasing after Sayaka whenever she attempts to make some distance between them for her bow. Fine! Let's see if you can dodge at this speed. Whoa. They're moving so fast now that my eyes can hardly keep up with it all, the action eventually just turning into colourful blurs as the fight drags on, battle cries and clash of steel filling the air. The straight around them is becoming completely wrecked. Lampposts are split in two, parked cars are being sent flying, and even chunks of the roof itself are being chipped away every time they collide together. Without warning, the intense speed grinds to a halt. Sayaka is suddenly sent tumbling to the ground, and Hikari shortly following, as the silver-haired girl stands triumphant, not a scratch upon her. Ah! Oof! Now, here's the thing. You're trying to display them as dignified, powerful warriors, and then you draw them like that! Oh, I suspect I'm going to have to do an entire separate video about sexualization in video games and when it's okay. Fun times! Thanks for making me do that. Oh! They ended up tangled in a heap together, both of them fairly dazed. Thankfully, they don't seem too hurt, but they certainly each seem to have their fair share of bruises. Are you guys alright? Unable to keep myself from carrying any longer, I call out to them, taking a step towards the carnage. I freeze up completely as the silver-haired girl's hollow eyes flutter onto me. Her gaze is frightening, paralyzing. She came here for me, just like that monster did before. Do I have a sign on my back that says "kill me" or something? What are you doing, you idiot? Stay away! We're fine! Hikari rouses me to my senses with her harsh cry. It's a bit hard to believe she's fine when she's completely tangled up with her partner, though. They're both flailing helplessly in an effort to get up. Is this my leg or your leg? I can't tell. Ow! Well, don't hit it! That doesn't solve anything. Oh! So it was your leg. Okay, I get it. So why are you still hitting it? Just get off me. Ugh, you're so heavy. Heavy? Me? Yes, you! If you weren't such a glutton, maybe we wouldn't be in this situation. It's not my fault I like to eat. I think you're just jealous I can eat tons and get away with it. You know, this game was doing alright up until this point. I mean, it wasn't exactly good, but it was certainly a lot better than their previous effort, but, yeah, this scene is pissing me the hell off. I've seen what happens when you pick out Hikari. It's like you triple in size. Excuse me? You're lucky I can't reach my sword right now, or I would... Ow! Did you just bite me? You can't prove anything. You're such a savage. This is a complete disaster. With my supposed guardian angel still trying to sort themselves out, I'm left helpless as Yuzuki advances towards me. She takes slow, deliberate steps, almost as if she was enjoying the look of sheer terror across my face. Now that they're out of the way, let's have a little fun, shall we? Thump. 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 My heart is going to rip out of my chest at this rate. I should run, but I can't. Why can't I run? My body isn't listening to anything I tell it at all. The distance between us is almost gone. Is she going to kill me? Why me? What did I ever do to deserve this? When as far as I know, I've lived a normal, peaceful life. The closer she gets, the more vivid my heartache becomes. Why do I keep saying heartache? The more vivid my headache becomes. The air around me is heavy, suffocating. Even the simple act of taking in a breath is becoming too much for me in this state. her amber eyes now. She tightens her grip on her side. What? Why are you... Oh, it's nothing personal. This is just the way things ever have to be if I want to get my life back on track. Now, say goodnight. She lashes at me like lightning, a clear intent to kill. I can't even lift my arms to try and defend myself. It's over. Right before the wicked blade comes into contact with me, a bright bolt of what I can only assume is magic whizzes from the side and catches the girl off guard, knocking her off balance, prolonging my life for just a little while longer. Looking back over at what was once a disaster zone, it appears that Hikari and Sayaka are finally back on their feet. Sayaka has her hand outstretched, plumes of smoke rising from the tips of her fingers. Yes, I owe one here. That was too close. I think it's time for a tactical retreat, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Are we really just gonna run? I can still fight! Oh, shush! You can barely stand. Come on! While our opponent is still reeling from the attack, my sabers take this opportunity to dash towards me, each of them hooking an arm around me as their weapons shatter into crystals and begin reforming into familiar wings upon their backs. Wait, what are you guys doing? Hold on tight, okay? Before I could protest any further, they both kick off from the ground, and we begin to ascend up into the air. We're flying. We're actually flying. What? Hey, no, put me down. Couldn't we just run? Quit thrashing around or we're going to drop you, idiot. I will do no such thing. This is insane. I think I'm going to puke. Hey, don't you dare or make you wish you were still back down there with that freak of a girl. We continued to trail through the sky, bursting through clouds as if it were nothing. The wind drawing past me, the glimmer of the city lights below them, the turbulence from being carried by the pair. Oh, it's also nauseating. I really don't know if I can stand much more of this. Do you think we lost her? Slowing to a gentle hover, keeping me firmly in their grip. I hope, at least. They throw a glance over their shoulders, only just now able to catch a breath. I think so. I can't believe we had to flee. Hey! We didn't flee, okay? It was a tactical retreat. Ugh. Call it what you want. We were lucky to keep our heads intact back then. Silence overtakes the pair as they fall into thought. So, huh? Kenta? Oh, I'd almost forgotten about you, sorry. That's a bit worrying. Considering you're the only thing keeping me from falling to a painful and gruesome death. You're not hurt, are you? No, I'm fine. Just... Can you maybe... I don't know... Put me down now! Oh, right. I think it's safe now. Down we go! We begin to descend from out of the clouds, and it isn't long before my feet finally come into contact with the ground again. Safe. Wonderful ground. I have to restrain myself and wanting to kiss it. I collapse onto my knees, my stomach heaving. Never again. Flying just isn't for me. You okay there? Sayaka gives me a solid pat on the back, which does little in the way of helping my stomach. Don't... I can barely get the words out after such a traumatic experience. I take a deep breath and try again. Oh, never do that again. At least without asking if it's okay first. It was an emergency, you wimp. Hikari takes her turn to pat me on the back. Though it's more of a thump than anything, kind of like a punch. Ugh. Do you think I enjoyed having to hold on to you for that long? Okay, I get it. Just no more patting. Sayaka circles around and bends forward to look at me, concern over her face. Whoa, I don't think I've ever seen someone's face so green before. Not a big fan of flying, I guess. Whatever. Oh, whatever gave you that idea. I take a moment before finally straightening myself up. Okay, I think I'm good. While I was recovering, it looks like Sayaka and Hikari were keeping guard, watching deep into the night for any signs of life. But it looks like they weren't bothered enough to pursue. Weird. Okay. So I know I've pretty much done is ask you guys questions since we met, but I'm wondering who that creepy girl is, and I honestly have no idea. Are you sure? She looks like one of you. You know, with the magical outfit, wings. might have said the wrong thing there. They both turned to me, fire in their eyes. Even Sayaka, who I thought was pretty easygoing, seemed angry at me. Did you just compare us to that thing? I didn't mean to. There's a world of difference between us and whatever the heck she was. For one, did you not see her eyes? She's completely insane. There wasn't a hint of sanity left. Hikari wraps her arms around herself to fight off a shiver. Just thinking about it creeps me out. I guess looking at it from your perspective, Kenta, she might seem the same as us, with her general look and how her magic seems to work, but everything about her is twisted. The dark shades, the black wings, even those horns. It's like they set out to become the complete opposite of what we are. Nothing about her power seems natural either. And, your power is? Of course! We worked hard to get where we are today, you know. It's not like we were just born like this. With her, though? Well, with her, though, it's like it was just. She falls silent, deep in thought. Man, I really don't get any of this. All I know is that apparently these monsters aren't the only thing I have to fear now. Apparently done thinking, Sayaka snaps back into reality and grins. I think we've had enough excitement for one day anyway. How about we get you home now? She reaches out to take a hold of my arm, but I'm one step ahead and jump back. I can already tell what she has in mind. No more flying. We'll walk, okay? Walk. Aww. If you're sure. It's much safer in the skies, though. Like hell it is. I was lucky I didn't have a heart attack when they dragged me through the clouds like that. Completely shattered after all the events today, we start the journey back home. It isn't long before we arrive back at my house, and I can happily say we ran into no more monsters or crazy side-wheeling girls along the way. Can't believe I have to take those into consideration now. What the hell has my life become? Reaching the front door of my house, however, I'm possessed with a problem. These two girls insist on protecting me, and were just about to follow me straight into my house before I realised they were still there. Somehow, I get the idea my parents might be opposed to me bringing in two complete strangers. Girls at that. Plus, that would just lead to a whole new line of questions from them. I'd rather not get them involved in this mess too. So, it took a while and, well, a lot of negotiating, and I really mean a lot. I was pretty much on my knees at one point, but I was able to persuade them that I would be perfectly safe in my house. They finally withdrew for the night, giving me some much-needed room to breathe. They did say that they wouldn't be too far away, though, if I needed them. And that kind of worries me. I closed the front door and almost collapsed against it with a drawn-out sigh, any borrowed strength I might have had up until this point draining from me completely. What a day. My head aches, my arms throb, my legs feel like they're about to give way. I can't believe I'm even still standing after all that. The smell of food is heavy in the air, and the aroma is enough to make my mouth water. Oh, right. I think I forgot to eat today. I should probably fix that if I want any chance of surviving what tomorrow might bring me. Apparently I'm just in time, so the food is all set on the table, with my parents about to dig in. The short window of time in the evening is really the only ever chance I get to see my parents, outside of holidays. So I usually cherish these dinners and try to engage with them as best I can. But today I can hardly even get a word out. I just sort of grunt in their direction before I collapse into the dining chair. As the meal goes on, the usual questions come up between us, how our days went, if we'd been up to much. Despite looking completely shattered, I just say I was like any other day. I get concerned looks, but they don't have any reason to doubt me. Before long, dinner is finished. And after several extra helpings, I can't think of anything better to do than call it an early night. I make myself excused and head for my room, my steps unsteady. I drop onto my bed, face first, the mattress giving out a groan. It can't be any later than 9 PM, and already I want to sleep. Is every day going to be like this from here on out? I hope not. While I could just as easily fall asleep in the current position I'm in, it's probably a good risk I might suffocate, so I guess I might as well do things the proper way, if I have to. Ugh. I push you up off the bed and go close the curtains. Huh? Maybe I already fell asleep. As I went to close the curtains, my eyes were drawn to an amber glow down in my garden. A fire. A campfire, to be precise. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to who the campfire belongs. Yep. The 2 magical girls. Sayaka and Hikari seem to have taken it upon themselves to set up a little base camp in my back garden, complete with a tent and fire. I guess when they said they'd be close by, they really meant close by. I think they're trying to cook something, going by the pan over the fire. I didn't realise their lives were so rough, with how glamorous they generally look. Oh, they saw me. Sayaka gives me an enthusiastic wave my way, taking her eyes off the pan. Yeah, okay, hi. I give a feeble wave back. Somehow I get the feeling I should be worrying about this far more than I am. But, whatever. This can wait until tomorrow. I draw the curtains shut, right as whatever Sayaka was cooking in the pan ignites into a tremendous fire. I could just about hear Hyaku's cry of terror through the window panes. Letting out one final mighty yawn, I flop backwards onto my bed, and it's not long before whatever semblance of consciousness I might have had drifts into the night. Streams of light filter in from the curtains, rousing me out of a sleep that I wanted to last forever. Whoa. I have half a mind just to turn over, wrap myself tighter in my blanket. I guess I have enough to worry about right now without being late to school on top of everything else. Let's tackle the day, I guess. I roll out from under the covers and crash to the floor with the grace of a sloth. Ow! On top of everything else still aching from yesterday, my head thumps once more, right on schedule. I really wish it would cut me a break. Just this one time. Starting from a crawl along the floor, and gradually pulling myself up into a walk as if I was evolving in real time, I tug the curtains open. Huh? I look down at the garden to find it empty. Not a trace of fire, tent, or the girls. Maybe I was dreaming last night. I mean, they couldn't really be as stupid as to camp in plain sight like that. The fire alone would be enough for the police to be brought down. It's one less thing to stress me out at least. Thank God. Right. I better not waste any more time or I'm going to miss my chance to have a proper breakfast like yesterday. Pouring the dust around my eyes, I start for the bathroom. A nice hot shower should do wonders. I pull open the doors to the bathroom and... gratuitous image in 3, 2, 1. Oh, fade to white and then gratuitous image. Told you! Ah! What the... The bathroom is occupied. What the heck are you gawking at? Close the door. Sorry, my bad. I slammed the door back shut, my heart an erratic mess. That was a close one. Wait a second. Something isn't adding up here. I swing the door open again, the sight taking away my breath once more, even though I already knew what to expect. Ah! What are you doing now? You pervert. I knew it. It is Hikari. And, rather undressed Hikari at that. She's caught like a deer frozen in headlights, her entire body tensing up in a near statuesque pose. She's down to her rather extravagant underwear. Well, don't count the socks she was in the process of taking off. Huh, they match and everything. With how she's bent forward like this, my eyes can't help gravitate towards her rather ample... Kenta! Huh? I'm snapped out of whatever daze I might have been in, at her shrill tone. What? What was I doing again? What? Shut the door already! Wait. Wait. Shouldn't I be asking you what you're doing in my house? What does it look like, genius? Now go away! Her face is beet red. She's practically trembling with anger, but still frozen in place. How am I the one at fault here? Hey, now don't get mad at me. I don't remember giving you guys permission to freely use my house. Especially not the shower. Close the door. Not until you... Close the door. Okay, but can you just... Her eyes give off a dangerous glow, the room rumbling ever so slightly with a frightening power. I guess this can wait until afterwards. That's if I want to keep my house intact, at least. Okay, my bad. Really? Flashing an apologetic smile and laughing nervously, I bring the door to a close once more. As demonstrated last night, sometimes retreating is the best course of action. Well, you really shouldn't have opened the door again, moron! Well, after that little, situation, I find myself downstairs, both of the girls present. Sayaka has the same cheerful grin as ever, while Hikari looks like she wants to grab the nearest sharp object she can find and gut me with it. Again, that wasn't my fault, how was I supposed to know? Sure. Do you guys want to explain yourselves? She tilts her head, giving me a confused look. Oh, come on. How can I be the only one to find something strange in this? Well, I mean, what are you guys doing in my house? Using my things, even? Oh, that's simple. Since we've been watching over you for a while now, we noticed your parents always seem to leave really early in the morning, and that you're the only one who lives here. So we figured it'd be fine if we just, you know, let ourselves in, borrow the shower and stuff. So you pretty much broke into my house. That's a bit of an extreme way to put it. We made sure to fix the window, you know. You did what? I quickly throw a glance about, looking for any windows in sight. No trace of a break-in, at least. Jeez, what did they do? Throw a brick through one? I thought people who knew magic would be more subtle. See? It's all good. She tries her best to reassure me with her limitless optimism, her hands on her hips with a blinding smile. I can't say I mirror her enthusiasm, though. I bring a palm to my forehead, a headache beginning to set in. And for once, I know the cause of this one. Is this really necessary? Can't you guys just, like, magic yourselves clean or whatever? I get cold stares from both of them. I said the wrong thing again, didn't I? Kenta, our magic isn't just some convenient tool we can use so carelessly in our everyday lives. Hikari finally speaks up again, having got over her mini-sulk. It takes a lot of energy just to do something as simple as fly. And we always need to make sure we have energy in reserve in case of a surprise attack like last night. You really think it'd be a smart idea to waste all that precious energy on something that could be done so easily with an actual shower? Fair point. But what I'm getting out of this is... So what you're saying is you could magic yourselves clean? Her eyes narrow. She takes in a deep breath, her cheeks puffing out dangerously. Why do I suddenly fear for my ears? You're an idiot. She sighs instead, the air escaping her in one long, drawn-out breath of defeat. My eardrums are safe for another day. I catch a glance at the clock on the wall. All of this drama has really eaten my free time before school. If I don't start breakfast now, there'll be no way I'll make it in time. You guys do whatever then. I'm going to make some food. I start for the kitchen. Sayaka cuts me off, sliding in front of me. Her eyes are almost sparkling as she leans forward. Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Let us make breakfast instead. Consider it our way of saying sorry for this little mess. Right, Hikari? She pulls Hikari by the arm. What? I didn't agree to... Right, Hikari? She tightens her grip on Hikari's arm, a deadly edge behind her otherwise cheerful words. Ow, okay. Letting them cook. I'm not so sure. Oh, what the hell's the worst that could happen? I don't see the harm in it, I suppose. She seems to mean well. It would be nice to take it easy after all this stress. Sure, go for it. Sayaka beams, making me feel confident in my choice. I think. You won't regret it. You just sit back and we'll have something amazing whipped up for you in a flash. With that, she spins on her heel and waltzes into the kitchen, dragging along with her a very reluctant Hikari. I take a seat in the connected dining room and ease myself into a chair. This will be fine, right? As long as she doesn't blow up the house, you're alright. It starts off well enough anyway. I hear plates and utensils clatter about, cupboard doors battering along. Do you even know what you're making? We'll worry about that later. Now, let's put some of this stuff in too. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. The frantic chopping of vegetables sound out from behind me, mixed with Hikari's panicked yelps. Watch where you're swinging that thing, you're gonna take my head off. It's fine. Are you sure that goes with that? Sure it does. I have a creative eye for these things. Is it supposed to go green? Huh? So we just put this on like this. I hear the unsettling whoosh of flames. Just how high are they putting that on at? What do you think this stuff is? I have no idea. Oh, well, I guess it goes in anyway. Things go silent in the kitchen. I can't tell if that's good or bad. I'm too scared to look. Is this really okay? Yup! This is how it's supposed to... Ah! Something explodes in the kitchen. Thick plumes of acrid smoke waft into the dining space. Put it out quick, it's gonna spread. How do I do that? I don't know. Just try this. Boom. A roar of flames. I can see the flickering amber in my peripheral vision. Nope. Nope, that made it worse. How about this? Maybe. Oh, it might have worked. Or not. No more magic, okay? This time will work for... No more magic. I don't know what else to do then. Hiya! Oh, you're getting it everywhere. I hear water splash. And a good deal of it. Like an entire bucket's worth of the stuff. Is it over? Uh-huh. I think so. Oh, and look, the food is done. I really don't think that's... I said the food is done. Apparently done cooking, the pair enter the dining space. Sayaka has a plate in hand, good amount of steam, or possibly smoke, drifting from it. I hope you're hungry, Kenta. You really went all out to make this, you know. She puts a plate before me, a sincere smile on her face. I guess she really gave it a roll, but this cannot be called food. Oh, it's charred, burned, crisp remains of what might have been food at some point sit on the plate. Feels like it might be hazardous to even breathe in this stuff. I can see Hikari looking further back, clearly ashamed of whatever substance they have created. Oh, I guess this is my fault for letting them anywhere near the kitchen. I should take responsibility and... eat it. I have no choice, do I? I don't want to make her feel bad after she worked so hard to create... whatever this is. Here I go then. I give the substance a poke, and it crumbles into fine powder at the slightest touch. Okay. I'm sure even though it looks absolutely terrifying, it can't be that bad. Maybe there's something good underneath all these layers of burnt stuff. I scoop up as much as I can that doesn't crumble away from my hold and force it into my mouth, despite all my instincts screaming at me not to. Well, is it amazing or what? Sayaka leans in expectantly as I swallow it down. I think this must be what charcoal tastes like. I fight back the urge to choke and give her a smile and a nod. Really? Yay, I knew it! You should let us cook for you every morning! Oh god. What have I done? And I still have an entire plate of this stuff left. These girls are clearly the real danger to my health and well-being right now. Breakfast soon comes to a close, with perhaps a more lively start to the morning than I'm generally used to. As much of a headache as they can be, it was actually sort of nice not to be completely alone in the morning. I wasn't about to tell them that, though, or I'd only encourage their almost criminal behaviour in just waltzing into my house like that. I head out for school, my two bodyguards naturally at my side. I'm almost sort of getting used to this. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The journey to school goes by peacefully, not a monster in sight. But I can't help but shake the feeling that something is watching me. Maybe I'm just getting a little paranoid after, 2 attempts on my life that have been made already. Oh, I'm sure it's all in my head. I arrive at school with time to spare. Huh. That's a first. Sayaka and Hikari keep close to my side. So very close. I can practically feel the stares of my classmates, their looks ranging from resentful to jealous. I can't imagine what they must think of this whole situation. Hey, look, guys. What's up? Do you really have to stay so close to me? I appreciate what you're doing and all, but I think I'll be fine in school. But what if... as long as you're at least close by, I should be fine, right? I think it'd be hard for a monster to get this close to me in class without at least having caused some sort of commotion beforehand. Hikari falls silent. She narrows her eyes into a glare and folds her arms together, tossing her head to the side. Fine. Whatever. She storms over to her desk and drops into the chair, her eyes straight forward, leaving me and Sayaka together. Did I upset her? Ah, don't worry. She's always like this. Give it time and she'll be back to her... less grumpy self. She only has your safety in mind, and she's just worried about what might happen if she has to leave you. Heck, if I had it my way, we wouldn't even let you go to school. We'd just keep you locked up in a nice room until this all blows over. I don't think she even realised how scary that sounded, complete with her usual grin. You're right, though. Maybe we have been suffocating you a bit too much. I think we can afford to at least ease up, at least during school. Thank you. I let out a sigh. I'm finally starting to listen to reason, if only a little. The bell starts, signifying the start of class. Right, looking at my timer, that seems like a reasonable point to me to end this video, and I will say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.